All right, it's going to be time to plan a vacation. If you haven't even started already, it's just never too early to start looking for deals, looking for ways to stretch your dollar. And our buddy Todd Lane, the CEO of Coast Credit Union, joins us here this morning to kind of run down a list that if folks don't think of some of these things, they're just leaving money on the table they could be spending on vacation.
Absolutely. There's three things you need to do. You need to plan well ahead of time, just like you mentioned, and you need to save ahead of time, and then you could save on the trip itself. There's lots of things you can do, lots of tips you can do to save for the trip itself.
You know, when you start planning these things, the internet has been just a phenomenal help. But you gave a tip about checking local papers and local publications for your possible destination that I had never thought of. This is a great idea.
Right. You can go online and get the local paper in the area that you're going to travel to. And there's always coupons on there. There's always deals in there for travel to that location.
A lot of things are targeted for locals. And if you know about it in advance, you can take advantage of it.
Exactly, exactly. But you have to, Mark, you have to save ahead of time.
Right.
And that's something that we need to be very conscious of, and you need to start doing it right away. Spring break is right around the corner, maybe a little too late for that, but certainly our summer vacation. And the best tip for that is to set up a separate savings account. And you can set up as many savings accounts with a credit union as you want and label it vacation savings and only use it for that.
The vacation, I can't begin to tell you how much more fun it is when you don't have to stress about the bills that are going to come in afterwards, when you can pay for things as you go along. And I know not everybody can do that, but even if you can pay for some of the stuff as you go, so the bills don't all add up after the fact.
That's right. You don't want to use a credit card if you don't have to, and so it's all about planning. Save as much as you can ahead of time, and then start working right away on your travel arrangements. There's two or three things that are going to cost you the most. Certainly it's your hotel or where you're going to stay, your lodging, and your airfare. And those two things, there's so many tips out there on the internet on how you could save, lots of common sense sort of things.
Being flexible on your dates, though, that you travel. If you can just fudge it, 3 or 4 days one direction or the other, sometimes that can save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, depending on how many you're traveling.
That's one of the biggest things. Certainly if you fly midweek, it's going to be cheaper than flying on the weekend, depending on how long you stay. So travel deals are really critical, especially with airfare. The other one on your lodging. Check out a lot of these websites out there that have apartment rentals.
Oh, yeah.
And the key there is, most people don't know this, you can negotiate with the owner of that apartment for a better deal.
I'm going to give you a perfect example. We went to Maui, my wife and I, first time she had ever been to Hawaii. We stayed at a big resort, several $100s a night for a room, which was wonderful, was great. But we wanted to save some money on the back half of the trip. $135 a night for a beautiful condo that we could have had 8 people. We could have brought the whole family.
Great example. Great example. Another tip is look at all-inclusive trips that include meals and beverages, drinks. That could be a huge cost depending on who you are, and a lot of times the all-inclusive trips are very inexpensive, again, if you plan ahead of time.
Beautiful. Todd Lane, Coast Credit Union. One of the big tips I heard in there, open up a separate account. You can open up as many accounts as you want, and Coast will help you out with that.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mark.
Hey, it's always good to see you.